53.
Upadhi vilayad Vishnau Nirvishesham Vishen Munihi Jale Jalam Viyad Vyomni Tejas Tejasivayatha Yallabhana Paro Labho Yat Sukhana Param Sukham Yajnana Param Jnanam Tad Brahmetyavadharayet Yadrishtva param drishyam Yadbhutva na punarbhavaha Yajñātvā na param jneyam Tad brahmetyavadharayet.
We have finished until verse 50. We will start with verse 51 twice.
Tirtva moharnavam hatva Ragadveshadirakṣasan Yogi Shanti Samayukta Atma Ramo Virajate Tirtva moharnavam hatva Ragadveshadirakṣasan Yogi Shanti Samayukta Atma Ramo Virajate
51.
Bahya Nitya Sukha Saktim Hitvadma Sukha Nirvritaha Ghatastha Deepavad Swasthaha Svantareva Prakashate Bahya Nitya Sukha Saktim Hitvatma Sukha Nirvritaha Ghatastha Deepavad Swasthaha Svantareva Prakashate.
Okay. In verse 50, we talked about the allegory of Ramayana. Here, having crossed the ocean of delusion and killed the demons of likes and dislikes, the sage, which is Rama, united with peace, revels and shines in Atman. Revels and shines in Atman. Now, in verse 51, he talks about which we have finished as well, I think, verse 51. Having relinquished attachment to transitory external joys, the one contented with the bliss of Atman shines like a light placed in a jar. We finished this. Verse 52, I'm sorry.
Upadhistopi tadharmaihi alipto vyomavan munihi sarvavinmudhavattishtet asakto vayuvaccharet upadhistopi tadharmaihi alipto vyomavan munihi sarvavinmudhavattishtet asakto vayuvaccharet. Okay.
Here, he gives 3 examples of how a sage of self-realization would behave, right? So he says,
Sir, can't hear, sir.
Can't hear me?
No.
Anil
Either
ji,
you speak in the mic or you could speak louder.
Anil
You're
ji,
clear, Vivek, you're clear in my side. At least I can hear you clearly.
Okay. What about Sunita? Can you hear me? Vandanaji, can you hear me properly? Because from my side, there is no issue, Ninaji.
Now it's better, sir. Now it's better. It's okay.
Yeah, because it seems okay from my side. How is it now? Okay.
Good, good, good.
So he talks about how a sage would behave, right? And it's interesting, this verse. Though, he says, though associated. Upadhis means, what are the upadhis? Upadhis are the body, mind, intellect. These are the upadhis. Though associated with the upadhis, the all-knowing sage, untainted. So the sage is unaffected by the traits. By the traits of what? By the traits of what? Which traits?
Is it the six vices?
No, the upadhis. The traits of the upadhis, right? You see this, right? Though associated with the equipments, the sage, all-knowing sage, untainted by their traits, meaning the traits of the equipments, which is the BMI, body, mind, intellect. Like how is he untainted? Like sky remains, like a fool, and moves about unattached like the wind. Sky, fool, and wind. So now the part that you have to understand is, in scriptures, if they give any example, the example is limited, right? So you have to understand only certain aspects of the example they are trying to communicate. For example, in a statement like, we usually cover this here, Shivaji was fought he was like a tiger. That means only one aspect. He was brave as a tiger, ferocious as a tiger. It doesn't imply other aspects. Was he a carnivore? All those things don't apply there, right? So, though associated with the equipment, so this is the important part as well. So, if a man of knowledge, our idea of a man of knowledge is what? Who is a sage? What is the picture that you get when you think about a sage? What is the picture that you get when you think about a sage? Anybody?
A feeling of holiness or a feeling of sacredness.
So a feeling of holiness and sacredness, a feeling of aloofness, a feeling of very strict, um, uh, doesn't get involved in anything, a feeling that he's detached, right? These are all the feelings that we get when you think about a sage. So that's how it is depicted, a sage, like sage meaning a person who is sitting under a tree, meditating, or in a jungle, living alone, or walks around alone uh, with a kamandalu. That's the thing that we get idea of sage. What Ramayana and Bhagavad Gita has done is to challenge that idea and then bring in a very practical way of understanding a sage. If you go back in 2 verses before, he talks about Rama as a sage. How was Rama's life? Was he aloof? He was not aloof. Was he detached? Maybe he was detached. But did he show any detachment? मुझे नहीं चाहिए. No, nothing like that. So, and obviously in the Dwapar Yuga, they depicted Krishna as a sage, very naughty, doing politics here and there, but a sage. So that is the idea here. He's saying, though associated with the equipments. So our idea of a sage is very different. What in verse 52 is saying is associated with the equipments, meaning he is associated with the body, meaning all the five senses. So if you call him for a party, he will come. You ask him, you want a cheesecake? Yeah, he will eat. You ask him, hey, let's go out for this Khandala trip. He will come. नहीं Khandala में क्या है? Not like that. See, he is. You give him new dress, he will wear the new dress. Though associate with the equipments. Not every sage is like that. A sage can be associated and may not be associated. Depends. So that's the important thing. Though associated with the equipments, all-knowing sage. So the way he interacts, you cannot tell what is happening within. He will do all the things that you're doing, but you will have no idea what is his internal state. Very difficult. So you tend to misjudge or judge people as sages when they're not. So a person who is just practicing asceticism, he's not indulging or anything, he lives alone, you would think he's a great sage. But he's just doing certain things. His whole focus is on the world. This man is doing things in the world, but his focus is totally on the self. And he's unaffected by what the equipments react to. So, for example, the body is physical, it reacts to anything physical. So, body has pain, body has uh, heat, cold, irritation, so many things the body can go through. He is untainted by their traits, meaning it doesn't affect him. But you see, he is scratching. Yes, the body scratches the body. That's how you have to understand. He is unaffected, untainted by the traits of the body, like sky, fool, and wind. So I'll show you a diagram. How you have to envision. Oh. You see this? You all see this? Yes or no? Why your videos are not on today? How come?
Yeah, Vivek, this is visible. What you have shown is visible.
But why videos are not on?
Oh, okay.
Right. So you see there is a bar magnet. You know what a bar magnet is, right? The right one is a bar magnet, which is horseshoe magnet. The bar magnet attracts the metal piece. The bar magnet will not attract the wooden piece. But if you tie the wooden piece to the metal piece, the bar magnet seems to attract the wooden piece. So what they try to explain with this example is the bar magnet is the world. The world attracts the metal piece, which are the upadhis, the BMI. The world has a sway on the body, mind, intellect. So if there is hot, the body sweats, the body feels uncomfortable. If it's really cold, the body shivers. It affects the body. Somebody says something, the world says something, your mind feels the sadness. But the wooden piece is the self in you. The self is not affected by the world. But since you believe you are the body, mind, intellect, the upadhis, you feel that you're affected. You can anytime disconnect. That is what he's saying here. So a self-realized soul has completely disconnected with the metal piece and connected with the wooden piece. He's understood he's the wooden piece. Right now, we understand we are the metal piece. So the world affects us. His intuitive understanding is he's the wooden piece. So when the world affects the metal piece in him, the BMI, he understands the BMI is affected. So he may react. So this is interesting. See, he may shout at you. He may react angrily, but there is no anger in him. The upadhis react. It's very, very important because we tend to misunderstand the things that they do to what they are. So every self-realized soul behaves differently because of the metal piece that they have. Right. Now, like the sky. So you understand sky is untainted. Nothing can pollute the sky, right? What is the color of the sky?
Blue.
Yeah, that's why it's a trick question. Sky has no color. Blue is the Raman effect, right? Because of the light scatters, the blue light has a shorter wavelength, so it scatters, and you see the sky as blue, but the sky has no color. So he is like the sky. So you see certain traits in him, but you perceive the traits as a color blue, but there are no traits in him. That's how you have to understand this. Like the sky. The sky is polluted. No, the sky is not polluted. Sky cannot be polluted. The air is polluted. So things are in him, but he is not in it. Things are in him. It appears that he is enjoying. It appears that he is suffering, but he is not. Like the wind. Here he talks about remains and moves about unattached like the wind. That's important. Unattached like the wind. So what does the wind do? The wind moves from higher pressure to lower pressure. Do you all know that? Isn't it? When there is a low pressure, the high pressure, the wind moves from high pressure to low pressure. So wherever there is a demand for knowledge, the self-realized soul goes there. In effect, the realized soul, wherever there is demand, he is attracted to that to give the supply. That's why in our Shastras also they say, when you're ready, the Guru will come. You don't have to search for the Guru. When you have a demand, the Guru somewhere will come and teach, give you the knowledge. So wherever there is demand, the self-realized soul gives the supply. And like the wind, unattached, see? So if there is a closed door, the wind doesn't force in. What does the wind do? It moves aside. Similarly, a realized soul will not force in the knowledge. He doesn't give you the knowledge. If your shutters are closed, he will move aside because there are other places where the knowledge is required. Knowledge is never given, right? The wind doesn't challenge the door. Chal hat. It moves. So they don't have time. These realized souls, they are very concerned for humanity. So when there is, they will tell some people, if they don't listen, they'll go and tell another person. So whoever needs that, they will go and give it. If there is any resistance, they move away. They don't go and fight with the resistance. Like a wind, like the sky, like a fool. Fool, yani, like a madman. What is the quality of a madman? Can anybody tell? Have you ever met a madman? When I was growing up, there was a mad person in our colony. We used to be very scared of him. We were kids now, we were very scared of him. What is the beauty of a madman that you would want at any cost? What is it?
The madness to attract spirituality, or the madness to attract the Lord into your life.
No. That is very nicely poetically put. What is the actual quality of a madman? What is the issue with a madman? The one quality which is endearing quality of a madman. Endearing meaning, if you analyze, it's endearing.
Because he is mad, he cannot understand. So however you criticize him, it doesn't affect him. He does not have the power of the discrimination.
Sir Sangeeta says that he's carefree.
He's carefree, but sir Anilji, it affects him na. When we used to go and bug him, hey, like that we used to bug him. He used to get very angry. It used to affect him. Carefree. Why is he carefree? Why is he carefree?
Because he's not bothered about the world.
He's bothered now. When we bug him,
He's not bothered about the world in the sense he's just doing what he wants to do, what he feels correct. Irrespective, he doesn't have any formality types. Like he doesn't put up an act.
He doesn't. He is what he is.
He is what he is. He shows what he is. He's rude, he's angry, he's stupid, he's clever, whatever he is, he is.
See, but if see, okay, let's translate that quality into human beings. Would that guarantee my happiness? No. If I am what I am, I just, blurt out whatever I feel like a Punjabi does, it may land me in trouble, right? It's not a guarantee.
Yeah, because you have to have some, rules and regulations how to talk where.
Right. So what is the quality in him which gives him happiness? Carefree. Why is he carefree? That is the beauty of it. One quality in him which makes him carefree.
He lacks discrimination. No?
Yes, he lacks discrimination, correct. But just because a person lacks discrimination doesn't mean he's carefree, right?
No, if I lack discrimination, Vivek, whatever you tell me, I mean, it will just not affect me because I don't understand the depth of what you're saying.
But he does affect, it does affect him, right?
His perception is different from others.
Yes, what kind of perception is that? See, when we used to tease him, I used to get angry and we used to run back into the homes and, close the doors. Because we were scared of him.
So then he'll say maybe he feels at hell with everybody.
Yes, but how is he able
Called
to?
bindas guy.
He's bindas. Why is he bindas? Why is he bindas?
He's in his own world.
Okay, that's a good point. He's in his own world. You know why is he bindas? You know this actually. If I tell you, then you'll understand.
Yeah, probably we cannot put it into words.
He's bindas because he doesn't remember his past. Right? He doesn't remember his past. Neither is he concerned about the future. He's fully free because let's say we tease him, he doesn't remember next time. He doesn't remember us saying that, hey, we teased him. A mad person doesn't. So he has no baggage of the past. अरे मैंने ऐसे किया मेरे को ऐसा हुआ ये हुआ. He doesn't have the baggage. Neither is he concerned. क्या होगा मेरा? Fully living in the present. That's why they call him Unmattavat, like a madman. Like a madman. Unmattavat. A sage is like a Unmattavat. No memory. If only we don't have any memory of the past, we'll be so happy now.
So you mean to say that spirituality, the real, genuine spirituality, teaches us to disconnect from the past?
Yes.
And probably first, if we disconnect from the past, then we can not worry about the future, which leads to living in the present.
Yes. Yes. He is able to disconnect with the past because he understands the upadhis are not him, right? So whatever is the past of the upadhis. Okay, ठीक है. Are you really concerned about that person over there, his past? No. He is not you. He is somewhere else. He is nothing concerned to you. So that disconnection from the BMI itself disconnects him from the past. It is not mine. Rama was happy, Rama says, Swami Ramatirtha says. Rama, when saw him, Rama was happy. And then he pursued that. Who? Him, himself. Swami Ramatirtha used to refer to himself as third person. Rama did it. Rama went to Japan. Rama came from USA. अरे तो ये किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं आप? So now the thing that we have to learn from it is to the extent we try and consciously disconnect with the past. Disconnect means you cannot disconnect with the past knowing very well you are this. Right? If you firmly believe you are this, it's not possible to disconnect from the past. But the fact that you understand a little bit that, hey, I am not even this. Automatic disconnection with the past. So to the extent you understand, I am not this upadhis, to that extent you start living in the present. Doesn't matter to you anymore. You will do the best things. Like a fool you will be. So though, see, that's the beauty, though associated with the equipment, that is very important. He is associated with it, but he has no connection. Untainted by the traits. Verse 53.
Vivek, I just want to ask you,
Yes.
suppose I connect with my past. Which we all sometimes may be doing, but how does it help? Because the past is not recoverable, it's gone. So it's like living in a fool's paradise, because yes, concern of the future remains because we are body attached, but relating to the past is of no meaning because it's gone.
Yes.
It cannot be recreated. So what I'm saying is disconnection with the past is not difficult. I mean, how does it matter?
Because it is not easy to disconnect with the past. See, the current baggage that we have, the current issues that we have with ourselves are defined in the past. We are what we are because of the past actions, right? So that effect is what we are right now. So if we are not happy with ourselves, why are we not happy with ourselves? Because of what is that we are right now is because of the past. So things that happened in the past is what we are right now. So I'm not happy now because these are the things happened to me. These are the things I did. There's an unconscious connection always to the past. The memory of yourself is what you are right now. See, there's a movie called 51st Dates. You must watch it. It's a good movie. I'll write it down. 51st Dates. It's about a girl who has only one day memory. One day memory. And it is possible that people have that kind of thing. She met with an accident. She has one day memory. So whenever she goes, every day she's happy. And let's say something happens to her, right? She's sad. Next day she wakes up. She's forgotten about everything. Again, she's happy. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. 51st Dates. Total disconnection with the past. And then there is a scene there about this one person who has only 5 seconds memory. So he comes and there are 4 people meeting him. He says, "Hey, hi, how are you? Hey, 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 hi, how are you?" Again, first while ago. 5 seconds again, huh? He forgot about the first person. It's like that. So the past it's very difficult to disconnect from the past. Even future, obviously, but yeah. Your whole system that you are right now, the whole issues that you are right now is because of the past now.
I agree that you are in the present, what you are, for the actions that you may have done in the past, that's acceptable. But if I try to recreate the past, it is an exercise in futility because that time is gone. It will never come back.
Correct.
So then what am I achieving? If today I believe that 30 years back I was this, today I am not.
So
how does it matter?
it doesn't matter. That's what. We are not saying you have to recreate the past. We are saying we have to disconnect from the past.
So isn't recreation a part of connection with the past? I mean, recreating the past, isn't it a part of...
You're going back and connecting with your personality, old personality.
Yeah, so I mean, so what I'm trying to get at is, even if I do that, it's an exercise in futility because past is past, it's gone.
Very true. And future is not defined. So
Future is
even,
not defined.
even future also we can't think. I don't know whether in 5 days I'll be alive or not. So future is also not defined. So past is also futility. Future is also futility. So what to do? Live in the present. Like a fool who lives in the present. That's what he's saying. Verse 53.
Jalam Vriyadhyoni Tejas Tejasivayatha Vishesham Vishemani Jalam Vriyadhyoni Tejas Tejasivayatha.
On destruction of the equipments. Now, after destruction of the equipment, is when time for him to go, body to go, the sage becomes one with Vishnu as water with water, light with light, space with space. So in subtlety, he is giving water, grossest, light, subtle, space, subtlest. Even light you can perceive na, with your eyes, or reflected light you perceive. But you understand light. You can't understand space. Space is emptiness, nothingness. What is nothingness, emptiness mean? Very subtle. So, water means body, light means mind and intellect, space means vasanas. That's all you can see, you can think of. The sage becomes one with Vishnu. So, what is he saying? The body will mix with the body. The mind goes into the ether space. The vasanas dissolve, right? Water with water. See, I couldn't come to Bombay because of that. I told you, right? Nani is not well, so she passed away a couple of days ago. So we went to the funeral thing, and then very interesting, they burnt her, right? Now, what has happened to the body?
Disintegrated into the 5 elements.
5 elements, khatam. So it goes back to where it has come from. See, for example, so for if you think about a human being, it is maybe something different. But if you think about an ant, let's say you are stepping on an ant, you stepped on an ant without you knowing, right? You stepped on an ant, and then you go. What happens to the ant? It becomes manure for the grass, right? The body of the ant, just like the body of the human being, mixes with the earth and becomes one with it, and it recycles. So if you talk about your body right now, your body is the same body which was born when the Big Bang happened, like 16 billion years ago. It's the same element is in you, and the same element will become something else, right? Your same body will become maybe an animal, will become maybe an insect, will become maybe a plant. It could become anything. Food for plant. What is happening to that body? So things go back to those elements. On destruction of the sage becomes one with Vishnu. So I'll show you. You see this, right? Now, see, there is This is, for example, just understand, this is consciousness. It's infinite. Yeah. It's infinite. It goes on. This is consciousness. This is reality. In that, you have a body, a triangle, body, mind, intellect, another triangle, body, mind, intellect, another triangle, body, mind, intellect, another triangle. One is an animal, one is a tree, one is a human being, could be anything. So the upadhis exist in the consciousness. So this is you. This is me. This is somebody else. This is an animal. Could be same, it could be anything. But everything exists in the consciousness. So when he's saying what happens when the destruction of the equipment, so when this is gone, when it's no more, what happens to that? It is back in the stream of the consciousness. Why? Because everything is nama, rupa. Everything is name and form. See, I'm not a, but I'll show you something. Let's say this, right? What is this?
Is it an embryo?
No, it is just a line, okay? Right? But it has a name. What is the name? Line. And it has a form. It's like curved like that, right? It has the second line is also a line, but it's a sharper edge, right? Three lines, independent lines. All these are independent lines. Independent lines. What is this now? I'm a good artist, actually. What is this? Anybody?
Are you trying to draw Ganesha?
See, that's a Ganesha, right? So, how did Ganesha come about? Yeah. All independent lines become a form. So, when you see the triangle there, when we talked about the triangle, what is a triangle? It's just different things put together became a unit. And that unit says, I am different from you. It's like the wave saying, I'm different from the ocean. But when the wave is gone, where is it gone? It's gone back into the Vishnu, back into the consciousness. So on destruction of the equipments destruction means equipments itself is the consciousness. The sage becomes one with Vishnu. As water is dissolved in water, light, there's no difference between one light and a second light. You cannot distinguish space and space. Questions here? Okay. Next. Verse 54.
Yata Sukhanaparam Sukham.
So same thing in this couple of verses, he describes the state of self-realization. Just to give us an idea, right? See, they always use some psychology in explaining philosophy. So until now, you have seen that how he has um, lost his connection with this, being in it, he is not connected with that, on destruction of elements. So it's kind of it gives a kind of a negative, not negative, but not positive connotation to it, right? So he wants to break that immediately. And then he says this: the realize that Brahman, 54, beyond its attainment, when you achieve that, there is no greater attainment. So it gives you a positive outlook on that. When you attain that, there is no greater attainment. Beyond its bliss, there is no greater bliss. Beyond its knowledge, there is no greater knowledge. And he goes on in verse 55 as well. It says, there is no more rebirth. There's nothing else to be known. Similar. So we'll just go through this quickly. So realize that Brahman, beyond it, when you realize that there's nothing more to be attained, there is no greater bliss than that. There is nothing, no greater knowledge than that. Now, the idea is, for example, so if you go to Britain or some other countries where they have all similar kind of houses, right? You remember? Have you ever seen like that? The similar kind of houses. Now, if you are to point out your house, how do you point it out? All similar, right? So in the scriptures, they say the house where you see the crow on it. So there's a crow on that house. Hey, that's my house where there is a crow, right? This is in the scriptures. So the crow is impermanent. The house is permanent. But the idea of the permanent is given with the crow. If not for the crow, you cannot be given the idea where the permanent is. How will you point out that? You cannot point out unless there was a crow there, right? So this is the example. Similarly, anything permanent to understand can be pointed out with impermanent things. Why? Because what we understand is only impermanent things. We don't understand permanent things. That's also why, because the equipment through which we understand anything itself is impermanent. So body is impermanent, mind and intellect are impermanent. So impermanent things cannot understand permanent things. To understand a permanent thing, you need to come out of that impermanent cocoon. So if I ask you what is infinity, you cannot understand. I cannot understand. I can explain that. Infinity is something which is endless. What is it? Grasp it for me. 1 million trillion numbers. Acha. Is that infinite? No, 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 no. 1 million trillion numbers. Okay. Is that infinite? No. What is infinite? Give me an idea. You cannot understand. You cannot grasp that concept itself. We can only grasp impermanent concepts because our equipments are impermanent. So With the crow, he explains the house with these concepts. What is these concepts? Attainment. Whatever you attain in this world, it is more than that. The crow is not your house. The crow points to the house. So your idea of success is I attain this, I attain everything. Acha, more than that. No, I have attained the entire world. More than that. No, I've attained the entire solar system. Arre, more than that. I have attained the entire, I'm the king of the galaxy. More than that. I am the king of the universe. More than that. Beyond its bliss, there is no greater bliss. What is the best thing that you can think of? The bestest, if there is a word like that, the most beautiful thing you can think of, which will give you the tremendous happiness. Everybody is happy and the entire world is at peace and this and that. Nobody fights with anybody. There are no heartbreaks, nothing. Everything is fine. Everything is good. Everything is perfect. More than that. Oh, knowledge. I want to know this. I've known this. I know everything about physics. More than that. No, I know everything about chemistry. More than that. I know everything about everything. More than that. Realize
You're
that.
coming back to the concept of neti neti, which we
Neti, yeah. It's not that. It's more than that. So the idea that see, they play with psychology as well. Because all the time negative they can't speak because they have to speak negative also. There's a limitation with the body, mind, and intellect. Disconnect with the body. Then what will I connect with? I will connect with this. Acha, acha. Oh, see, if you say disconnect with this body, everything is body for you. Your entire personality is this BMI. Disconnect with BMI, he says. Then you get scared. Oh, what do I connect with then? You're connecting with this infinite thing. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. That makes sense. Oh yeah, I'm all in for it. You know, I'll connect with this. It's called negation assertion. You negate, you assert. You don't see in couple of other philosophies, it's just negation. Anityam, anityam, sarvam anityam, dukkham, sarvam dukkham. In couple of religions, it's like that. Everything is bad. What is good? You become depressed. If you don't see the other aspect of it. Universe itself is limited. Greater than the greatest bliss. Greater than the greatest achievement. Greater than the greatest knowledge. Beautiful. Realize that Brahman, beyond its attainment, there is no greater attainment. Beyond its bliss, there is no greater bliss. Beyond its knowledge, there is no greater knowledge. So from verse 54 to 64, which we have just started, he explains the nature of Brahman. Right, questions?
the question I don't know whether I'm right in asking this question, but how do you become like a fool, like move around in the sky? I mean, unaffected, not bothered about what anybody else would feel or say about anything about you, not get affected.
See, the thing is, these verses are very inspiring. But and so now we want that inspiring verses to be more practical. I understand that. Now, to become a part of life, The only way I know is to understand that verses, to understand the validity of that verses. See, now, when we discuss in a class like this, it makes sense. It makes sense superficially. But is your heart in that place? Do you believe in the core of your personality, this is it? No, I don't believe. I agree with it. Agreement doesn't make anything. The agreement doesn't change you. Your mind should back it up. Your intellect is understanding that. When there is no mind behind the intellect, that's where wisdom comes. When there is mind behind the intellect. So your feeling for this is not there. Your understanding is there. Feeling is not there. So that feeling I cannot give you. I can give you understanding. Very interestingly. I can give you the logic, but I can't give you the feeling. I can give feeling to myself, and you can give that feeling to yourself. Your mind should feel what your intellect is thinking. How will it do? How will it do that? There has to be absolutely no doubt about this. Yes, sir, I understand. There's no doubt about it. No. There are so many internal ifs and buts that I have never reconciled. How will I reconcile? I need to study this. That's the only way.
But Vivek, that can take births. It does not happen.
Yes. But
And when,
not
especially when you said that you never know whether this body is going to become an ant or something
yes.
else. So then at that stage, you again go back down the level of evolution.
You will not, because if you're putting effort, you will not. That's the thing. Also, it's not 0 and 1. It's a gradation from 0 and 1. 0 to 1 is a gradation. So to the extent you understand, to that extent you live that. I cannot give you any quick fix because this is the only way. Because unless I feel it, how will I live it? I can force myself to do certain things, but then I lose that effort after some time. If the mind is convinced, if my mind feels that what the intellect thinks, then I will do it. Even if you say no, I will do it. See, I'll tell you one thing. I remember when I was in my teenage years, uh, so many people told me, what in the world are you doing studying this philosophy at this age? What are you wasting your time? But my mind was convinced. Obviously, I had the knowledge behind it, but it was convinced this is the right thing to do. Every person needs this knowledge. Not when the time comes, you need the knowledge. You need the knowledge before some apathy comes. I knew that. From the core of my personality, I knew that. So no matter what I studied, nobody had to force me to go 10 kilometers every Sunday morning. Kids of that age, they will sleep and, enjoy with friends. Early morning, I used to leave, not tell my mom and dad. I used to tell them I'm going with my friends to Tank Bund. There was a place. Well, why would I go to the class? Because my mind is convinced. And I feel that. I feel what I think. You have to feel it. The way to feel it is you have to dissect this, cut it open, understand every aspect of it, and keep thinking about it. This is the only way. It is difficult. But to the extent you do that, to the extent you live it, that's how it is. And this Janma, next Janma, I don't know, 1 million Janmas. I'm not concerned. You should not be concerned how many Janmas it is. In this Janma, I understand a little bit more. Wow, work done. That's how you have to look at it. Further questions? Okay. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti. We'll meet next time.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om.